ever since the closing of Disney Toontown Online and the opening of Toontown Rewritten, there has been quite a lot of change going on within the game in talking about the Toontown Rewritten staff compared to the Disney staff, and there has also been a lot of change in the overall community talking about YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. So this video series, this will be a series. This is probably going to be a good number of parts because basically what I did is I just sat down for a little bit and brainstormed all the ways that Toontown Rewritten has changed in any way. It doesn't just have to be in-game. Like I said, it can be anything just relating to the overall Toontown community. I just sat down and brainstormed ways that Toontown is different than Toontown Online, and I came up with a lot. It's possible that I did left some things out, but I think I have listed all the important parts, and there's a lot to go over. So this is definitely going to be a multi-part series. I'm not sure how many parts. It'll just however many parts it takes me to get through this. All the parts will probably be around 20 to 25 minutes each. I think that's a pretty good time because I don't want to be sitting here for hours on end trying to do it all in one go, and I doubt any of you want to listen to all of this at once, so I'm just going to be doing it in small increments. So, with that being said, the first thing I'd like to talk about is the fact that there are no Parkers. Keep alive, that's not something we have to worry about anymore. And this is a good thing to me anyway, and hopefully to a lot of other people, because Parkers were just one of the banes of Toontown Online players' existence. It was so crazy because of how laggy they made the game, and to be more specific, Nutty River. You all remember Nutty River, the central hub to do anything in the game. Unless there was a Cold Caller Guild run or something, then if you wanted to do something, like a mint or something or a boss battle, you either had to gather up a bunch of friends and go do it in a quiet district, or you had to be in a river and do a laggy mint or a laggy CFO or whatnot, and that was just how you had to play the game. There wasn't much there wasn't much else you could do unless, like I said, you had a bunch of friends to gather up. And there also was the option of going to River, getting random tunes, and then going to another district. That was something I did a lot for back nines and CEOs. Nobody did CEOs in River. That's something I'm thankful for. Nobody ever did CEOs in River because that was just asking to die, because there was so much input delay that if you tried to do the final round in River, your chances of dying just skyrocketed because of how long it took for you to get off and get on the table. And speaking of Nutty River, there's also a smaller cap on districts. There's a 500 person cap on districts, so crowding them, it isn't as big of a deal. And when the districts are full, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's perfectly playable. Although there are the occasional district resets. They are pretty rare, but nonetheless, I think Toontown Rewritten definitely needs to fix that. But river lag, it's gone. That's something that is definitely a distant memory. It's not something we have to worry about anymore. There's because the problem of Parkers is gone, so districts can't get as unnecessarily crowded by tunes that aren't even being operated by anything. They're just standing there. So, that makes playing the game a lot more enjoyable. That's something that Toontown Rewritten definitely has over Toontown Online. The lag that Toontown Online had in River was so ridiculous, and the fact that we don't have to worry about that anymore, but there is usually still a central hub that you can do stuff. It's amazing. It usually varies from day to day, but if you go on Toontown Rewritten, there will always be a district that's either very close to being full or full all day, and that will be the place that you can get stuff done, and it won't lag at all like it did in River. So, Cashbot HQ. Back in the old days, the thing that dominated Cashbot HQ and Mints was the one fog rule. Now, even though I didn't really like the one fog rule in Cashbot HQ, I went along with it because if you didn't go along with it, then after a battle or two, your teammates would just leave and make another group and just leave you out. So, you didn't have much choice but to go along with it. But now, when you do mints, or at least when I do bullions, the one fog rule is a thing of the past. The only time we one fog is when there's all 10s or when there's just one 11. But if there's two 11s or more, it's double fog, and it works out a lot more. Because, yeah, you're going to run out before the supervisor unless there's a barrel, but the good thing is that when you run out, there's only a few battles left, so you can just lure and have the other three tunes either cake or TNT and whatnot, and that's fine. It saves a lot more time instead of one fog, take the hit, tune up, sound, fire hose, every single battle, because that definitely took up way too much time, and I'm glad that people have wisened up and basically eliminated the one fog rule. Now, something that's also a lot different is the staff. The staff, even though they have obviously shown that they are a bit incompetent, despite that, they're dedicated to working on the game. Unlike Disney, because Disney, after the release of Boss Fight HQ, been over this, they were done. They didn't have anything left. They just released Boss Fight HQ and they were done. After that, they would just wait for the game to die, however long that took, and just try to profit on, the last few years of the game. So, but now we have a team that's actually dedicated to the game and isn't thinking, okay, well, let's just see how long the game takes to die. We're just going to let it sit here and profit off of it however we can. So, we have a dedicated team. Though, like I said, they are struggling a bit because, how the updates can negatively affect the game every time they release something. And that's something that I'll get to later, so I'm not going to go into that. But the point is that we have people that are dedicated to working on the game and aren't negligent of it. And I think that is a plus. But that being said, the game it's generally less stable than Toontown Online. And this is kind of expected because the game is in beta and the game is being worked on by people that are not professionals in their craft. So, it's expected. But it's just because it's expected doesn't mean it's enjoyable. You have the random district crashes. I don't know where that comes from. I wonder if it's just the game under stress or something. I have no idea. If anyone can tell me why, let me know down in the comments. And then the thing that's really annoying is how often this game crashes, because basically to avoid crashing, every time you do something, you have to log out and log back in. And by that, I mean, if you do a back 9, before you do anything else, after the back 9, log out and log back in. Because if you try to do something else right after the back 9, you're probably going to crash in the middle of it, and it will not be fun. It was not fun for me. And it is a pretty new occurrence. I guess it's just a widespread bug, because at first I thought that my computer was just being garbage, and it didn't make any sense to me because my computer's fine. And then I heard from my friends that they were also having the problem, and they told me that I was just going to have to log out after everything I did to avoid that. While effective, I don't have the problem anymore because I do that while effective. It's just so unnecessary. Like, why should I have to do that? It's so ghetto, and that's definitely something that they should fix soon because it just adds an unnecessary obstacle onto just playing the game. But like I said, it is still in beta. If it wasn't in beta, this would be pretty unacceptable. But I'll let it slide just a little bit since it's in beta. So, back what I said about the updates negatively affecting the game. At this point, it goes without saying that any decently sized update is gonna negatively affect a person's ability to play. Case in point, Toonfest. Look at that absolute disaster. It completely left people without the ability to even get on the game. And then, if you watched Max Lee Memer's video, he tried to get on the cannons in Toonfest and he just completely froze. So, excuse him for trying to play the game while he's online. And, other updates, they generally are buggy or they just crash you a bunch. Like, as they were releasing the HQs, the factories and the mints and the boss battles themselves would be unbelievably unplayable and buggy and crashy, and it was ridiculous. Like, you couldn't really do anything in the HQ right away when the game came out because something was going to happen that was going to force you to log out or just crash. Like, when the CEO came out, this is one of the most notorious ones, the tunnel glitch, I think it was, which I don't remember exactly what happened, but basically you would get on the cart to go to a new floor, and then you'd get off the cart on the next floor, and something would happen, and you'd basically be stuck, and you'd have to log out. And it happened a lot. And I remember the only way to avoid this happening is basically you'd have to screen freeze when you got on the cart. You'd get on the cart, I think it would fade to black, and you just hold your screen on top for a certain period of time until your tune was in the clear on the next floor. So the fact that you had to do that is also just kind of unacceptable, and that glitch lasted such a long time. That's another gripe I have about Toontown Rewritten, is that they take forever to fix stuff. When Disney, they also took forever to fix certain things, but like I said, they had kind of just given up on the game. They had just left it to die. But Toontown Rewritten, they're, like I said, they are dedicated to the game, so this stuff should not be lasting that long because it's heavily affecting a person's ability to play and get stuff done. So I think that once they know about glitches like that or bugs like that, they really need to jump on it and fix it as soon as possible because it's unacceptable. And here's a simple one. The game's free. Which, good, thank God, because in its heyday, Toontown Online, when it came out, paying $10 a month for it, it's acceptable. For its time, it definitely warranted a subscription fee. But now this game, as outdated as it is, but as much as I still enjoy it, I really don't think this game is worth paying $10 a month for. It's just too outdated. If Toontown 2 ever came out and it, was caught up with the times, then we can talk. Then we can talk about it being worth paying for. But as it stands, Toontown, as it is right now, with how it's still stuck in 2003, not paying for it would be pretty ludicrous. So I'm glad that the game's free. And here's a good thing about the Toontown Rewritten staff. As much as I bash them in the last few minutes, something that they do a good job on is they will restore your deleted tunes. And it doesn't matter how long it's been since they were deleted. If you can give them the proper information on the tune and whatnot, then they can restore your tune. And all of your friends and whatnot, like you will still have everything you had when you deleted the toon. Unlike Toontown Online, when I think you had 3 days after your deletion to contact them, and once you got the toon back, all your friends would be gone, all your cards would be gone, all your unites would be gone, etc. But this time they do it differently, and I think it has something. I think the whole concept of deleting toons is a lot different in this game because in Toontown Online, when you deleted someone off of your when you deleted a toon, then that toon would be gone from all the friends lists it was on. But now, if you delete your toon, that toon will still stay on someone's friend list. So, you know, I think they definitely changed around how deleting toons works, and that's really good because getting your toon back from deletion is really easy. It doesn't matter if it's been months or a year. If you can provide the proper information, they can get it back, and nothing will be lost at all. And I think that's amazing. So another thing they do differently from the staff is suspensions are quite harsh. I'm I know my friend just got off of a suspension that lasted a month. I think it was for I think it was definitely warranted because she said some rather foul things over and over again. It wasn't just one thing, she said many things, and she got suspended for a month, which is a lot different from Toontown Online because in Toontown Online, if you didn't get terminated, then you either got a phone ban, which was you had to your account was on hold until you called them and they just told you what you did and whatnot, and then you'd either be terminated or they would give your account back depending on what it was that you did. But and then if they didn't do that, then you'd just be suspended for 3 days. But this game, they don't play. The staff does not play. If they don't terminate you, but you get suspended, it's gonna be for a while. I don't know. I don't know why it's for such a long time, but apparently they really want to make you feel it. They really want you to make you feel it. So it's definitely a lot different. I'm not really worried about it because I don't do stuff that would get me banned because I know I have enough sense not to curse on the game or try to hack or anything. So I'm not really worried about it. But anyone else that is, be careful because they definitely are a lot harsher with their punishments. Now, here's another good thing is that hacking compared to Toontown Online, you rarely ever see it. It's pretty ridiculous when you think about how much hacking there was in Toontown Online, how easy it was to hack and get away with it. Because if you went to Toon Valley in Toontown Online, just go to Toon Valley on any old day, any regular day, then you would see so many people using random hacks, just script kidding about, and it was crazy. There were so many people hacking and getting away with it. And something else that people got away with a lot as far as hacking goes is insta-killing bosses, the gag trainer, the infamous gag trainer. Oh my goodness, I'm sure you guys all remember that. Hacking clothes, changing your tune to DNA, and there was this suit maxer thing where you would just leave it and it would max your suit for you, which I think at that point, if you are paying for the game, but you're just doing that, then you really should not be paying for the game just to not even play it. That's such a waste of money. But that's irrelevant now because that's all gone. What else? Man, what else did we see? I think the big things were definitely insta-killing bosses and the gag trainer. And people got away with it. People got away with it. Oh, and free ride. Free ride was definitely very popular. You could get into any full district you wanted, and it was allegedly undetectable. And I will admit that I used free ride all the time, and I never got caught for it. So I don't know. I don't know what has caused the. Actually, I probably do. It's probably, like I said, having a dedicated team definitely helps with something like that. Now, it probably helps defend the game against script kiddies because that was a lot of the problem. You would have the hackers, the actual hackers, make the hacks, and then the script kiddies would go on the game and abuse them. But I think now, if the big hackers from back in the day, like Lefty Lemonzilla or FD Greencat, if they wanted to, they could probably hack the game and whatnot. But I feel like script kiddies abusing the hacks really that wouldn't really work because I feel like Toontown Rewritten would they would try to patch those hacks quickly, very quickly. And as of now, know where I don't know if there's an injector or something, but if there is, it's obviously not popular because you can't just go to Vibrant Valley and just see people hacking. It's very rare to see someone hacking nowadays. Where it's pretty it's pretty crazy, guys. How much, if you think about the old game and the last few years and how much hacking you saw just every single day, how common it was. That's pretty unacceptable. It's really unacceptable to see a game, an online MMO, being hacked that much and people getting away with it. That's pretty crazy. If Toontown Rewritten allowed that to happen now, that I could not accept that. That would be absolutely unacceptable. But it's not the case though. People, it seems like hacking every day is not something that you see. I haven't seen people hacking at all. I haven't seen insta kills or gag trainers or anything like that ever since Toontown Online closed. But if you people have, if I'm wrong and hacking is as common as it used to be, let me know. Let me know your experiences because I have not seen anything like that. So I think that's all the time we have for today. It's about 22 minutes. I will be back at some point in a few days to bring you part 2. And until then, I will see you guys next time.